Tropical Storm Erick very closely for our folks down there in Mexico. This system developed over the last 24 hours, and between our global computer models, the GFS, the Euro, the Canadian model, and especially our hurricane model suite, the HAFS A and B, the HWRF, and the HMON, the different specialized computer models that National Hurricane Center utilizes when we have an organized named storm on the board, they're all predicting Eric could undergo a phase of rapid intensification before a landfall somewhere close to the Acapulco, Mexico area. You take a look at the satellite right now, it is a fairly compact storm that's going to work in its favor. We don't really have a lot of dry air out there at all, and it is perched perfectly under an area of diffluent flow or proper exhaust right over top this system. So it's got that exhaust mechanism to build even more horsepower as it continues to move off towards the northwest. Speaking of horsepower, we definitely have the water temperatures as well. So the waters out ahead of it do start to slowly cool off, but you can see here we've got anywhere between 84 to 86 degree Fahrenheit sea surface temperatures with a good batch of subsurface energy for this thing to just take in and continue to build up on itself, especially as it spins down faster and faster, being such a small size in comparison to the earlier systems. On top of that, our spaghetti models, the track models, have really trended towards the west. It seems like a crossover capability of this system going from the East Pac into the Gulf. That's pretty much non-existent at this point. High pressure ridging over the Gulf, and especially us here in Florida, is just not going to allow anything to knock on our doorstep or present itself as anything tropical. So the Atlantic is still in a holding pattern, but you can see here the track models are now really favoring an approach as a Category 2 and possibly an intensifying Category 2, maybe Category 3 hurricane getting into that Acapulco, Mexico area, who has received consecutive major landfalls in 2023 and 2024. Eric may be another example of this as we go through time. You take a look at the GFS. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the HAFs using our Baron program here. But you can see even the GFS winds this thing up into a Category 2 on final approach. It has been predicting that for the last couple of days. Latest data from the HAFS A and B suites also show this really getting close to Category 3 intensity. Even the forecast track from NHC right now has it 1 mile an hour away from achieving major hurricane status. So Eric could very well become not only our strongest hurricane of the Northern Hemisphere in 2025 so far, but perhaps our first major hurricane at that, going into a very, very sensitive area, a highly tourist-attracted area as well, given we are in summer vacation now. So we all got to kind of bond together in this one and cross our fingers tightly and hope for the best possible outcome in this scenario.